Shalom, my dear brothers and sisters in Christ. Let us dive into the Word. Today's readings, we see what it takes to do God's work. Maybe take a look at what's hindering us from doing God's work. And so, let us just dive right in to today's Gospel reading, where Jesus cures a man's withered hand, even though it was the Sabbath. Because Jesus knows that God's work is love. God's work is mercy. And even though it was a day of rest, he knows that there is nothing that can stop God's love and God's mercy. Because God is someone who wants his love for all of us, who wants his mercy for everyone. And he wants us, as well as his followers, to spread the good news, to spread his love and mercy to other people around us. And sometimes we can find that it either gets hard to do that there is something that's stopping or blocking us from doing it. Or maybe we find that as we are trying to spread his goodness and mercy, that there are people around us who are like the scribes and Pharisees in today's gospel, that they start to criticize us, that they start to look at us and try to find some fault in the work that we do, and try to find fault with us doing God's work. And sometimes we also find ourselves bearing pain and suffering because of the work we do. But even so, in today's first reading, St. Paul says that it makes him happy. It makes him happy to be able to suffer for those around him, just so that God's goodness and mercy can be spread to others. Sometimes in our own life, we feel like it's too much for us to bear. But God never gives us a challenge that he knows that we cannot bear. He knows our limits, and he will never give us something that's too heavy for us to bear. And so, my brothers and sisters in Christ, if there is at any time in our lives when we are doing the work of Christ, to spread the good news to others, to spread his love and mercy to all those around us in our life, and we feel that for some reason we can't do it, or we feel that we are scared to do it, or that we are overburdened by it, let us look at the psalm for today's readings and take these words into heart. In God alone be at rest my soul, for my hope is from him. He alone is my rock, my salvation, my fortress, never shall I falter. Trust him at all times, O people. Pour out your hearts before him, for God is our refuge. Shalom, my dear brothers and sisters in Christ, and have a blessed day.